back to a brand new video. In today's video, of course, like the title of the channel is, got another story time. So let's just get into this story time. So as you can tell, the story time is called Fake Friends, and you know what I'm saying, we're just gonna get into it. All right. So the story time actually takes place about a year ago. Yep, 1 year ago. So this is 14-year-old Jay, and you know, I I basically was like, at that point, I had a whole lot of friends. I'm like, when you have a whole lot of friends, you really can't tell which ones are real and which ones are like, fake friends who don't really care about you. So, yeah, so we're gonna call these friends, because it was actually two of them. We're gonna call them, I don't know, Randy and Andy, because they were brothers, but, yeah, Randy and Andy. So, Randy and Andy I'd actually known for about, I want to say 5 years. I've known them ever since I was 8. I'm not really good with math, so I'm pretty sure it's like 5 or 7 years. And, yeah, so, me and them were always cool. We always, walked to school together and stuff like that when we went to school together. Now we, fortunately, we don't. But, yeah. And, they used to be the homies. They used to be, like, people that I'd always walked to school with and stuff. And then they just, switched up. So, I'll tell you the story. So, this story, like I said, it takes place when I was 14. And, I was basically about to go over their house. So, the house that they lived at was, it was weird, because it wasn't like the rest of the, houses in the hood. See, the house that they lived at, they lived on, a house that was, on a back block, and it was not the only house that wasn't abandoned, but most of that block had abandoned houses. So, yeah, it wasn't a really good place to stay. And, I would usually go over there, and since most of the houses were abandoned, we could be, as loud as we want, basically do whatever we want. We could have girls over, and none of the neighbors would, tell his parents or anything. So, well, their parents. So, it was cool. It was cool. But, almost like my getting robbed story, something similar happened in this one. So, I was, I went over or whatever. I started playing video games with them, because I think they had, Halo, and, all of my life I've been, a Call of Duty, just playing Call of Duty, all of my life. I never really got into Halo. So, they were like, yo, I got Halo, you trying to play? And I was like, you know what, sure. And, see, I'm playing Halo, and, I'm actually really bad at Halo. The maps are way too big for me, which is why I just like Call of Duty. So, when, we're playing or whatever, and I remember Andy, which was, 1 year younger than Randy, he was like, oh, do you mind if we invite, other friends over? And I was like, no, that's cool, because most of their friends I already knew, so I was just like, yeah, that's cool. You want to invite some other friends? That's cool. And he was like, okay, well, I'm about to invite him right now. And, about 30 minutes goes by, and I see two other people pop up. Now, I don't know who these people are, but I should have been able to recognize them, because it was a setup. It was a setup. And yeah, you guys are about to find out what I mean in a second. So, you know, when they invite these two people over, they're like, oh, like they say my name, which I mean, if you looked at my videos, you probably could find my name, but they'd be like, oh, Jay, I know you. And I was like, oh, really? Like, I don't really know you like that, but what's up? And it was like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then, like, I'd be like, oh, well, if you know me, like, what are you from the block? Are you from a different block that, like, I will hang around all the time? Like, what block you from? And when they said the block, it immediately clicked in my head, like, how they know me. So I was like, wait a second. And then, like, I remember I tried to, like, get up just in case he went to go hit me. And I remember Randy just, like, put his hand on my shoulder and basically, like, forced me to sit back down. And I was like, bro, what's going on? And he was like, nothing. Why you acting scary? And I was like, bro, why would you invite, like, you know, people from the op block to, you know, to your house? And he was like, they not ops to me. Huh? Bro, I grew up with you. We didn't fought these people before. So I'm like, what you mean? And basically, it was a setup. So to give you a little bit of backstory, basically around like, I'd say like, not 10. Well, it definitely wasn't 10. But basically, a couple years prior, so like 3 years prior, a little bit of backstory. So, basically about like 3 years prior to this incident, I had encountered these two people that they brought because basically it was me and a couple of my friends, and one of their girlfriends actually started talking to my friend, and basically like he didn't know, but you know it looked weird because you know these are two blocks that don't like each other, and you try and go out with him. So, you know, a fight basically broke out, and they lost. And when they lost the fight, I guess, like, they had got in contact, like, I guess, like, a couple years later, they got in contact with, you know, Randy and Andy, found out, like, you know, that I come over there a lot, and made a plan to, you know, get me back. So now, this was their plan, and me and them all knew what was about to happen. So me, I was just trying to get up out of there. Like basically, like not, like it's not, like I wasn't trying to run away from him. Like no, don't ever think I was trying to run away from him. I wasn't at all. Like, but basically what I was just trying to do is I was trying to get out into like the street because like. If I get out into the street, then I know for a fact that like, if I you know, if we do come to like fighting or whatever, I could always like, you know, call the homies on the block, and then you know they'll come, they can like come and like, not rescue me, but you know like make the odds ever more in my favor. Haha, Hunger Games style, no cap. But
that was corny.
So yeah. So, I don't think he'll get up again, and this time, like, he didn't, like, try to sit me down, like, he basically, like, pushed me down, like, Randy. And then I remember Andy came back upstairs, because he was downstairs the whole time. So, I remember he came back upstairs, and he just, like, not laughed, but, like, he chuckled a little bit, because he knew what was about to happen. And, yeah. So, I wasn't gonna let them swing on me first. So Randy was making me mad because he kept like, you know, pushing me or whatever. So I hooked him first. So I swung on Randy and I like when I swung on him, doom, hit him right in his jaw, he instantly fell. I didn't knock him out, but I remember he instantly fell. And then like once I hit him, they knew that like I knew what time they were on, and they went straight to, you know, jumping me. So, basically, while they were jumping me, I remember Andy, because I was way closer to Andy than I was to Randy, but Andy was like, yo, we ain't never like you from the start, like, all of this, close with you because, you know, you used to, like, not, they didn't say because you used to bring the girls around. It was because I used to have money. You know, he was there because he knew, like, if we went to the corner store or if he was broke, I'd give him some money or whatever. So, yeah, he start, like, you know, like, they start, like, hitting me or whatever and start jumping me. I remember, like, like, I remember the other two kids that they invited over that was from 57th. I remember, like, they was just, like, bro, they kept hitting me on my rib and everything, while Andy, he'd be, like, trying to hit me in my face. But I was guarding my face, so he just keep hitting me in my arm. And I remember, like, he just, like, they just kept, like, hitting on me or whatever. And eventually I was like, yo, they about to, like, try to beat me to death or something like that. Because, you know, it's the perfect scene. It's a back block. Most of the houses are, like, you know, abandoned. Like, you know, perfect opportunity if they really wanted to. But fortunately they didn't. So basically one of the neighbors was, so the way his house was set up was his room, if the, you know, window was open or the blinds were, like, you know, not covering the window, you could basically see, like, inside of the room. And because of that, one of the neighbors actually seen inside of the room or whatever. And when they seen inside of the room, they were like, oh, it looked like one kid getting beat up or whatever. So, this is a brave neighbor for doing this, but I respect him. I actually know him to this day. He probably gonna watch this video. But, he basically ran into the house. Like, he ran into the house, and, he, like, did this trick that people do in the hood. I don't know why. It's supposed to scare people, but basically he did a trick where, like, he put, like, his phone under his shirt and then, like, pointed it as if it was a gun, so that way, you know, like, the cameras don't pick up that you have a gun in your hand. Like, people would do that, you know, back in the day. So he ran in the house, he did that, they all got off of me, and they was like, yo, don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. And, like, you know, he got me, and the second we got out the house, and, like, they looked out the window and realized that, like, he didn't have a gun, me and him took off running. Like, we took off running opposite directions, of course, because he actually lived on that block, so he just took off to his house. But, yeah, and, I haven't seen them again. I actually, like, bro, when I tell you I was mad, like, I mean, like, I really wanted to catch them slipping. Like, I wanted to, bro, bro, I wanted to catch them slipping so bad. But I just never found them again. And if I do find them, I'll definitely let you guys know. You know, I'll tell you the story of, you know, what eventually happens. But yeah, they, like, so I haven't seen any of them in, like, a while, but I did hear that, Randy actually wound up going to juvie for a little bit for, I think it was robbery or something like that. He wound up going for something, but, yeah, but I ain't never seen, like, both of them. But if I did catch one of them, it'd be GG. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this story time. If you do, make sure to smash the like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications. I hope I brightened you guys' day because you definitely brightened mine. And I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Woo!